Hello, hello. We're
Hello.
back. Hell yeah, we're back. Welcome to Millennium Manga. I am Sheena, she's a geek, and this is my beautiful, talented comic book wife, Kelly. And this is our
Hello.
our little segment, our little book club, right to left. And yeah, we decided to do something for the first time together. We had what do they call it? Buddy reads and stuff like that. That's how we ended up being friends. She was like actually one of my first little buddy reads that I had back in the day. And we decided to maybe do something like that. We just read these books and give it like a little, you know, first insight on it. So yeah. So bear with us. This is new. So we're gonna see how this works. Okay. So yeah, say hi, Kelly. So
Hello.
yeah. So
Yeah, I'm
I kind
excited.
of yeah, I was too. So when I read these, but when I got these books, I was like, oh, these are like, I feel like Kelly would like these. And I kind of like, I sent them to her. And I was like, can you read these? And then, we were already in the mix of like doing our little book club and our little segments together. And I was like, let's try to maybe review these a little bit. So here we are. And we
Yep.
have, yeah. Anything else you want to say, Mila?
Uh,
Don't let me just ramble on.
no, I mean, you summed it up, and I'm glad. I'm always glad for the opportunity to read with you and hang out and, you
I
know.
know. I love our buddy reads, especially because Kelly would be ahead of me because I'm a very slow reader. But I love that because I just love telling her how I felt, and I would send her like all kinds of messages like throughout the day and like panels and stuff and I just have her cracking up because I would just be talking about it, and she already, like I said, she'd be ahead of me, so she already knew. But yeah, she was one of my very favorite to do buddy reads. So buddy reads can be very hard at times. You have people that don't even get the concept of a buddy read, and then other ones you like really, really have fun with them, and you enjoy doing them with people. So, and I think
Mm,
both of us had that experience on both spectrums, correct?
yep, for sure.
Yeah. So now these two books that we're going to talk about today, we have not talked about them together yet. So you're going to hear our thoughts and stuff about it for the first time with us, okay? So, and I thought it was very fitting to pick these two books for the first. So, welcome to our very first ones, our horror theme. And I thought it was very fitting because my Kelly, as well as my Inja, love horror. They're very big horror girls. So, when I saw these and I gifted them to her, I thought these were right up her alley. So, what is your favorite type of horror? Because I know horror is like a big banter, like a big umbrella, and a lot of
Mm,
things could be horror. So, what is your favorite type of horror?
that is a hard question.
Okay.
I do love, like, I don't know, slasher. Slasher is definitely one of my
Hmm.
favorites. Um, but I do also like like The Conjuring is one of my favorite movies, like all-time favorite movies.
Okay.
So like stuff in that realm, like the supernatural kind of ghost demonic type of horror. Um,
Right.
I don't know though. Like honestly, I like most of it. There's really not like
Yeah, and
horror
I
that
think it's
I
funny that you and Angela love horror, and you both are like scaredy cats. I'd be done. Just a freaking scaredy cat. I'd be
I
laughing
know.
so hard. Oh my god, I love it. But I can't
I'm
say that I wouldn't be scared of certain things either, because I'm terrified of everything. So, but
I'm
but
like a
yeah,
huge scaredy cat and I'm like jumpy as hell. Like I'm
I
like the
think that's the
person
fun of it too.
I turn the corner and someone's standing there and I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And they're like, "What? I'm just here living like didn't do anything."
Absolutely love that. Oh my god, it's so funny. I do enjoy horror, but I just never have the time to like really read it or really experience it. I really have not watched a horror movie in a while. I think Sinners was the last one, and I couldn't even tell you before then. Oh
I mean, it's a
no,
good
remember
one.
it was the yes. No, Kelly, I told you about that one that I was watching. Was it The Conjuring? And then remember, I told you I was like, I saw something in the corner of the house, and I didn't see my mom come in the house. I think I told you this, and I'm sitting there
No,
watching
I
The
don't think I
Conjuring, and
heard
I'm like
this.
into it. Okay, so I'm sitting there watching it. It just happened to just be on the TV. You know how like HBO, something else will start up, and you're not really paying attention, and then like I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like into it. All of a sudden, now it's dark in the house. All of a sudden, I see something moving in the very corner, like by my front door, and there is a closet right next to it. So here's the two doors are like this. I see something in the corner, and I can't make out what it is because your brain makes up something totally different than what it's really going on, and I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck is that moving over there? And I'm like, what is going on? I like yelled out, what is going on? And it's my mom in the corner looking in the closet, but she has like all black on because it's really dark, and she has like her jacket over, and she's like hunched in the closet. And she's like, what is your problem? I was like, get from over there. You're scaring the shit out of me. Go. I don't like that. Get over here. I didn't even hear you come in here. And she's like, okay. Like, she has, no, I do that to my mom. She has no idea what the hell I be thinking sometimes, but I thought that was hilarious. But yeah. And then before then, I think Perfect Blue was the last thing that had me messed up. And that was a psychological thriller as far as horror. So, and
Yeah.
I think those are my favorite, are like psychological things, things that
I'm
mess with your head. And yeah, like you don't know what's real and what is real, what's not real.
yeah, I mean those are always good too. Like you don't trust anything that's going on and
Yeah, yeah, and Perfect Blue does it amazing job at that. So I was totally mindfucked over that one. I was like, great, and now I'm gonna be up here all night thinking about this shit. But I think these two are a perfect example of both, right? Would you say? Like
yeah,
psychological horror? Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was actually thinking when I was reading them. I haven't really read too many, like I've read horror manga, but I haven't really read too many that are like, more horror thriller, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
because mostly what I've read is like, supernatural kind of,
Right.
uh, like, it's always something supernatural going on. It's not like
Hmm.
the horrors and the people.
Right. And there's so much more. Like when I know when people think about manga horror, it's always Jinju Ito. Like I'm literally
Yeah.
wearing one of his shirts right now, and he is the king. He is the king of it. Like I give him props. Like he does have the most eeriest tales and all that stuff. But there are so many great horror mangas out there. So these are two that recently just came out, and we just want to kind of like just highlight them, and maybe us talking about them will get you to pick them up, or yeah. So we shall see. Anything else on that?
No, I think that's it. I think that kind of sums up and yeah, to get into
Okay.
them.
Oh yeah, let's get into it. So let me see if my little fat fingers did this right. Okay, yeah. Oh, great, Sheena. I was flipping through them when I first. Okay, so the very first one we're gonna start with is Anavana, right? Um, like I said, Kelly, how did you come about this book? I already said it, but
I was gonna say
sorry to
from
hear myself
you.
talk.
It showed up on my doorstep with a hey, you need to read this.
Exactly.
So,
So when you picked it up, what did you first think? Like when you first saw this cover and everything? It's a fucking
um,
classic. Yeah.
I like the like when I first picked it up, I thought it was a cool color, like the how it's like mostly black and white, but then just the sky is red. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when books do that, where like it's not a lot of color, but it always has some red thrown in there.
Yeah.
I think it's eye catching, and
Yeah.
I definitely was intrigued.
Right. Yes. So I actually saw so I feel like I'm kind of good at like seeing the new releases, but this one kind of hit, flew under the radar for me. So I was walking around the bookstore one day and I saw this, and it was like in the news section. And I was like, huh. And I was like, I've never even heard of this or seen it or anybody talking about it, especially for it to be a Dark Horse one.
Mm-hmm.
And it had plastic wrap around it. And I read it and I was like, read the back of it. And I was like, huh. So I was like, fuck it, let me pick it up, And here, I think I got the back of it right here. Yeah. So it says, a small town is shocked by the gruesome murder of a student. Mizuki Aikawa, I think I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't. The victim's best friend confesses to a brutal crime. However, Mizuki, public defender, is convinced there is more to the story. Who is she protecting and why? As the mystery unravels, a tale of exploitation, trauma, and survival is revealed in the suspenseful crime drama. And it even says what Atabana means in the front. It says a flower that does not bear fruit, even if it blooms. In other words, sometimes it exists without substance. So,
Yeah, so I didn't catch on to that until I looked up what it meant.
yeah, yeah, me too. Don't act like I saw this, okay?
Like I saw
Literally,
that
no,
little
do not.
thing, but I didn't know that it was giving the definition of it until I looked it up
So,
and I was like, oh.
and then I saw it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. Okay, but yeah, yes. So, yeah, when I first, and all right, so let's continue on. This is like one of the very first pages when you open it up. So, what did you think
Yeah.
about this very first? Well, it's one of the first pages that I could show. I was like, let me skip that one. But this one,
Yeah.
the first I was like, I can't show that. But yes, this one, gorgeous.
That's what, yeah, I think the artwork in this one is really, really good. Um,
Really good. Yeah.
like I like it a lot, and like throughout it, I think that they, because there's a lot of like close-ups of faces and stuff, and I
Yes.
think that
Yes.
the art does a really good job with like, like reading the face to
Mm-hmm.
show the
Yes.
like the emotion and all of that. And
Yeah. No
um
doubt.
but no, I really like the art.
Yes.
And
The art is gorgeous.
I love how like some manga, like the volumes will have a couple pages of color
Yes.
and then just
Okay. Yes.
go, like so you can kind of like, see the characters a little bit more
Mhm. Yes.
in detail,
Yes.
but I still like
You're absolutely right.
that manga is mostly just black and white.
Right. Right. So just like she said, the art is gorgeous in here. Even just subtle little panels and stuff, the panel layout, it's really good. It's easy to follow. And just I feel like this panel right here kind of really sets the tone. Like you get this gorgeous art, but you're getting this really horrific story, So in the art, it just blew me away. Just like you said, there's certain panels that I'm just like, oh my God, like how they caught that person's face and their emotions and everything like that. And even though it's in black and white, you know, you can still feel the blood. You can still feel and see everything that's going on around them. So yeah. What do you think about the writing in this one?
Um, I liked it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I
it's
thought, I
right.
think there was sometimes, I think in this one, I think there was sometimes that there was like kind of like slang used, and it was
Mm,
like, like or like phrases that are used that are like for the newer generation, which is fine, which is fine. I am no longer the current generation,
that's
so
right.
I can accept that. But when that happened, I was a little bit like, okay, all right,
Right.
but I understand it, like
Mhm.
I can't expect everything to be written with, my age in mind.
Right. right. And I'm so glad that you brought that up because even though it has younger it has younger characters in it and stuff like that. And just like you said, they were using words that we wouldn't use or really would know or anything like that. I felt like this was a book for our age group, younger,
Yeah,
even older.
that's what like I think that it obviously there's adult content in it, but like it could still
Yeah.
be for like older teen,
Hmm.
young adult. You
Yeah.
know,
Right.
like I mean, I definitely wouldn't be
Absolutely.
giving this to my daughter, but
Oh, no, no, no. Yeah. And let us just say that, like, these are very brutal reads. Like, the art is gorgeous, but this story is very heavy, very brutal. And,
yeah,
like, you have these beautiful little girls that go through so fucking much. And like Kelly, I've read the second one and I'm like, oh my God. And usually I'm gonna be honest, I do not like stories and I do not like people that keep writing like how there's a fan service for girls in compromising positions and stuff like that, especially in manga. And I don't like it when they throw essay or anything of that nature in a book just to have it in the book. But this book did a really good, or this story did a really good job at using that, utilizing that in the story. They just didn't put it in there to be like, oh, this is cool, and people will read this shit. No, it's not cool, but yeah. But I think it did a very good job at explaining some of the horrific things that happen to these characters in here. So
yeah, I agree with that. I definitely there's some books that you read when you're just like, okay, uh,
yeah,
this was totally written for a certain demographic, and that's not me.
we're looking
And
at you, Osana. We're looking at you, Osana. Motherfucker.
and I mean, like there was a part because we're not doing spoilers, right?
No, we're not doing
Okay, there was a part where I kind of like had to glaze through it because it made me feel uncomfortable. But I think that
yes,
also
yes.
all depends on the person reading it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, and it's the story. Like I said, the story does a really good job at making you uncomfortable to go through these scenes with this beautiful art, these brutal fucking moments that happens. Like it just sucks you in, and yes, like
yeah,
I know exactly what Kelly's talking about. I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay,
yeah. I definitely was like, okay, I don't think that I'm missing anything crucial
yeah,
to the story by just
yes,
like I understand what's going on. So,
yes,
and that's
it's
the
right
thing
in
too
your
that
face.
I like that like I could do that.
Mhm.
Like I didn't have to read through that part to really get
Yes,
like grasp the scale of everything. Like that,
right. That part. Love it. So yeah, so this is how the book opens, where you get to see her friend that died. This is her little friend that died, and you get to see like the crime scene at first. And I know I didn't make a whole bunch of panels, but you get to see Mizuki, you know, and how like how Kelly was saying, how these panels are so up close at times. This is her talking to her attorney and how her attorney does not believe her. And then there's moments like they did such a good job at like making you think, okay, did this girl do it? Oh,
right.
okay. No, she did. Did she do this? No, no, she did this shit. Like just like this, like the way her tone was, the way she was smiling and shit. It was hard not to think like, all right, yeah, they caught the right person. So, but yeah, these are some of the. I mean,
Yeah. So throughout it, while they're trying to figure out who killed this girl's friend, and
mhm.
for me, like when they're talking to everyone, I was like, it could be them. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they just revealed something about this person.
Yes.
Maybe it's them.
Exactly.
Like what?
Right.
And then
Loved it.
throughout it, you're like you don't know like is she covering for someone
Hmm.
or
Right.
and that's what I like is that like it's like a whole it's a whole mystery unfolding as to
Right.
like who killed this poor
Who,
girl.
who killed this
But
poor girl? And like little
then on
faces. Yeah.
that but then on the other side, was she really this poor girl? Because, I feel like
Part.
there's some
That
secrets
part.
about her too.
Yeah. That part.
So,
I love it. And I forgot to say that there's only 3 books, and then this one is not even that long. I can't even remember how many pages it is, but it's really not that long at all. So
you
overall, what
know,
did you think about this first volume? Did it
so
hold up on its
I
own? Or?
I loved it.
Yeah.
Like I was drawn into the story from the beginning and it
Mm-hmm.
never let up. Like I just kept reading and reading because like I said, it's like you don't, like all these little clues and connections of different
Mm-hmm.
people are being released. So
Right.
like I was like, all right, I need to know. I need to know. And then, you know, of course the ending, it ends on a cliffhanger where you're like, all right, well,
Right.
I'm gonna have to move into the next one.
Yeah.
Which
Absolutely.
I
Okay. So
haven't
great.
yet, but I have it downloaded. So
Okay. Nice. So, and that was another thing. I believe that it's on my Hoopla, the very first one. It's on my
yeah.
Hoopla, so you could definitely check it out for free. Is it on your Hoopla?
Yep. It was on my Hoopla. And I think like I was telling you too, I have let me see exactly what it's called. My library uses this other app for ebooks.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Um
You were telling me about that.
it's called Comics Plus.
Okay.
So like
Nice.
yeah, it's like a whole and it's dedicated to just comics and manga and they have like
Oh yeah.
tons of stuff. Um so that one has both volumes, the first and second one that are out on
Oh yeah.
there.
And you can read
So,
it for free. Yeah, get
mhm.
out. And then I feel like there's only three books, okay? So I know they're all released in different languages, but it just made its debut in English last year. And like I said, I picked it up, I read it, I was like, fuck, I love it. And then the next one didn't come out till January. And it was actually one of those ones that I had immediately read. Like I have books around me that I bought, had to have them. But I was gonna have a meltdown if I didn't get them, and then they just sit on my shelves. But this one was one that I definitely was like, I know I need to know what happens, and it's so good. I mean, only for it to be 3 volumes so far, it's doing what only 3 volumes, um, only 3 volumes, which other people have had way bigger. Way bigger runs, like 18 books or 15 books that they're telling that they made the story. Whoever wrote this I never read anything by them, but they're doing a great job at just breaking it down and telling this whole beautiful, horrific story in just 3 volumes. So that's
Yeah.
how I feel.
Yeah, there's definitely a
Yeah.
lot like packed into the volume, but it was a
Hmm.
quick read. And I mean, I would
Yeah.
definitely recommend
Yeah.
it if, you know, you like horror and thrillers.
Hmm.
Definitely, like you had said, it's graphic and brutal
Very
things
graphic.
happen.
Yes.
So if you can't
Yes.
handle that kind of stuff,
And that's okay. Yeah, that is okay
yeah,
because, like I said, there was times I was like, "Ooh, would I
yeah,
continue on with it?" But it's such a good story. Like I said, if it happens for a reason, if it's because to drive the story and everything like that, and they're respectful with it, then I could be on board with it.
right,
And I could see
right.
owning these chapters. I mean, these books. So yeah,
Yeah. Like it definitely like the things that happened were not unnecessary.
yes, that part, that part. Osano, that motherfucker. So so this one gets our stamp of approval, right, Marla?
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, loved it. Yeah, and so all right, let's just move on to the next one, and that is Smile. I believe that this one, I don't know who did this. I am sorry. It could be another. Good job, Sheena. Not doing your homework right. Yeah, I don't know who published this. I believe that there is 6 books to the series, 5 or 6 books. The covers are crazy. When I saw this one, I was like, holy shit, I need this. whatever this is, I need this. And I was like, I'm not usually one for to pre-order a book, but I should have pre-ordered this one because literally it dropped on New Year's Day and it was completely sold out. So I was like, oh,
Oh, geez.
okay, like you had to wait, and I was like, oh shit, like obviously people know something that I didn't know, but yeah, I mean, I can kind of say why. So what did you think about this cover when you first saw it when I sent it to you?
So this cover is definitely creepy, had like a creepy aspect to it. This is the first
Right.
manga that I ever had that had a dust jacket.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it was really cool. So I have it here. I like that when I took
Okay.
it off, it
Who
looks
who did
like
it? Who's the publisher?
it's not on here. Like
No.
it's not on this
Oh.
one. I don't have the dust jacket on.
Okay.
But
It's okay.
I like when you take the dust jacket off, it looks
Yes.
like with this all here, it looks like a religious text. Like,
Oh yes. Yes.
which goes into
Okay.
play with, so
Because
I thought that
that's
was
right.
really cool. That's what I was looking to see who it's not even on like the title page. It looks like hold on, here we go. Publishing. Kodama Tales?
Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay. Nice. Good job. Okay. Cool. Cool. So I don't think that's one of the publishers that has a problem with getting their books out because I know Koma, I think that's what it is, and that other little publisher that did this one, is it them? Yeah. Oh no, Kuma. Kuma. I know that they have a hard time like getting their stuff out and publication and waiting forever. Is that them?
For
No,
what?
for them. Is that the publisher or that's not them, right? So we don't
It's
have to wait that long.
Kodama Tales.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I don't know if I have anything else. But I don't know if I have anything else by them,
I was going
but
to say, I don't
hopefully,
know. This is the first time that I've seen this publisher.
okay, yeah. So hopefully we don't have to wait too long in between to get the rest of these books. So, all right, so let's get into it. So this one, I don't have the actual like background, but you meet this guy and he, oh yeah, so laugh and laugh in a world that laughs with you. I just put that in there. So that's like the beginning of the book right there. So I fucking hate that phrase.
Yeah.
So you meet this dude right here, and he has been through some things. He's a journalist, and he's kind of down on his luck because something horrific in his life had happened, and him and his wife split, and he's just having like a hard time getting back on his feet and like recovering from the things that have happened to him. And one day, somebody are they on this page? Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody shows up at his front door, and it's these people, kind of like, you know, like how religious people like Seventh Day Adventists or the Mormons come up to your door and they're just like telling you about their religion, and they give you a pamphlet, and he's just like, I don't want to hear this bullshit. Like he literally like cusses them out. He's like, I don't want to hear this stuff. I don't want this stuff, and get off my front porch. You see, the one person that was with him, she was like, no, you're gonna want this. So he ends up looking at the pamphlet, and lo and behold, his wife was on this pamphlet, his estranged wife, and now he's gone down this hole of this religious group called, what are they called? The Smiley?
The
No, the
Smiling
Smiling
Heart
Hearts.
Society.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's like a news reporter too, and
Hmm.
he's like asking around, so they think that he's like researching his next article. And
Yeah. And when he's in reality, he's looking for his wife and why she would join this group. And when he did see her in the picture, she was smiling this creepy ass smile, and he's just like,
yeah,
what the hell is going on? My wife got herself in this cult, and like no, I need to know what happened to her, even though we're not like on speaking terms, but still. And, he makes it seem on the outside that he's just doing a new, a new story, but in reality, he's doing it for more personal reasons. And everybody around him is telling him, hey, don't get mixed up into this society, and very, very supernatural stuff happens and very, very scary shit happens in this book. So overall, how did you feel about the art?
So I like, again, the art in this one was also really good.
Right.
The way those freaking smiling faces looked
Ugh,
creepy as hell, especially
creepy.
like
Ooh.
there was one panel where, like it was just the one person and she's talking to him, and then all of a sudden everyone on the street around her, they all turn and look at him and they're smiling.
Yes.
And it's
I was
like,
like, ugh.
I like with this one how like with the art and stuff, it does like it seems like it's a supernatural presence, but it's like
Uh-huh.
it's not like depicted or confirmed if that's what it is. It just it's like it's a cult. So
Yes.
like,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I like that. Like, I don't know. I kind of like reading horror about cults too.
Yeah.
So
So definitely.
yeah. So this one was definitely creepier. I think this one has a little bit more of like a creep factor to it with the art and like
Even those people just so unsettling at times. Even while you were just reading it, even though nothing was really going on and you were just following him, like you just had like this very unsettling feeling all the time, like the way that they laid it out, as far as like the writing and everything. So yeah. And then when you did have some creepy shit, it was creepy from the person the first time that they encountered those people. And you remember how she smashed her hand in the fucking door? She's still like just
yeah.
like,
And she's still handing the
you
pamphlet
know,
like take this,
yeah,
and
and she's
like
just like take
not even
that.
showing that like she's in pain or anything. She's just like that's
Hell no.
okay. Here you go.
Just
Like
keep smiling. I'm like, hell no, girl. But definitely. So you like the writing? You thought the translation did a good job as coming over into English?
um so
How did you feel? Yeah. Okay, I didn't know if you heard me.
sorry.
Okay, keep
I'm
going. No, no,
sorry.
no, don't
No,
be. Don't be.
my daughters need some help. There you go. Okay. All right. What was the question? I'm sorry.
No, no. So sometimes like when it's translated from a different language, how did you feel about the writing? Was it easy to follow? Did they do a great job at like translating it over? And
I mean, I
did
think
you overall like the writing?
I like the writing. I think it was good. I think this one it was like a little bit slower pace, but I like that
Okay.
because I like, you're getting a little bit more information and like background. Um but no, I thought it was easy to follow. I think it made sense,
Yeah.
and
Nice.
I wasn't like
Okay.
what are they talking about or
Mm-hmm.
um
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes like I've had books like that I'm just like, oh, okay, that didn't like hit as hard as it would. But these two have seemed to do a great job. It's like that. And the panels are really easy to follow. Sometimes like I read manga that they have too many panels in one and you're not too sure which way to go as far as like reading them unless you know. And you sometimes it takes you out of the story. But this one, and they had some really good um splash pages in this one too. So
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, like I liked this one when like a panel like this one where it was like cleaner art, and
hmm
then it would
yes.
go into like the more, I don't know an exact term, but I'm gonna say like scratchy kind of art for when it was supposed to
Yeah,
be like creepier or
yeah, kind of like this
like
one.
that.
Like,
Yeah, yeah. And I like that it like transitions like that.
mm,
I don't know. I think it just hit like the creepier things hit better when it's in like art. Look at
oh,
that. And that's the thing is like when you see stuff like this, it's like, okay, is there something supernatural going on, or is it really just a
Right.
freaking creepy cult?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
but yeah, no, I think both these books, I definitely recommend them. Um, I I like them both.
Yeah. Same. Our stamp of approval, and we would hope that other people would want to read them and yeah, definitely enjoy themselves like we are. And yes, even if like, and these are really really good ones to if you're a collector and you do not have a lot of shelf space. These are really good. And about it, only 3 books. Okay, that's nothing. And they're the little ones to where you can stack them if you're into like the risers and stuff, and you can stack them. And then this one, like I said, I think it's only 5 books, and they're not that big. So this would definitely be worth collecting if you're into things like that.
Yeah,
And the covers alone are gorgeous.
right.
So
And
if you were to display them,
yeah, you get like the whole surprise cover underneath too, which,
oh yeah,
I think makes it worth for collecting, when people collect special
oh yeah.
editions or,
No doubt, and I love
hardcovers.
that you could take that off. And
Yeah,
especially when you're like
it was
traveling
really
with it or
cool.
something like that. Yeah, they're very nice to travel with and everything. So yeah, these definitely get our stamp of approval. And
Yeah, I'm glad that you
yes.
sent them to me and that I read them.
Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I was like, I think she would like these, and I love it
I'll,
that I'm getting to know like when I see stuff, I think of you, and I'm getting to know exactly like what you're into and what you like, and
I love
and
that too.
I would have even been happy if I read them and I sent them to you and you didn't like them because we'd have still been talking about it.
Right, yeah. I mean, yeah,
But
we're definitely not gonna, you know, at least I don't think we're gonna love everything. Maybe we will.
yeah. Right. I mean, we would hope that, we always hope that for our friends, like, let your stories be great ones and not, duds and stuff like that. That your hoopla, and we feel like this is one thing too. I feel like this is worth your credit because, you only get so many credits on hoopla. Like, this is definitely worth one of your credits on hoopla. My Kelly. But yeah, if there's any other stories, like, I think, yeah, just let us know what you think about how we did this. Yes, definitely. So, what do you think? Do you think that this is worth a hoopla credit? Because you only get so many credits. So,
Um, I definitely think, yeah, that it would be worth a Hoopla credit.
mhm.
I think, again, I think it was really good. I think I gave both of these 5 stars on,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I think I gave him 4 stars, especially. So,
yeah. And again, like I said, I hadn't really read too many like thriller type mangas,
mhm.
and I definitely want to read more.
Yes,
You also have
more.
you got to throw some BL at me.
She's speaking my love language. Not you speaking my love language.
So
Yeah, so
I I do want to
I'm all
read
giddy. Stop. Stop.
that one semantic error that you read.
Oh
I
my
do want to
God,
read
I
that
love
one,
that.
but it's not
Yes.
on like it's not on any apps that I have at least. And
Okay, we'll
it's
just have to
like,
find that for you.
well, I don't know because I think the first volume was like $22.
We'll worry about that later. We'll worry about that later. So we'll worry about that later. But
Here's my thing,
yes.
and this goes for like any kind of romance type one. I need to like the plot has to be something I'm into also. But they're like
Yes. So they're
like it's
gaming
about like
developers. You
a
like that?
yeah, I was gonna say it's like they're like into gaming and stuff, right? Or
Huh?
so
Yeah, I think this is a perfect BO for you because of the fact that it's a slow burn. They don't jump right into things. I'm not trying to spoil it, but it's very slow burning. It's more like of the character development and their relationship, and I think it's just so funny. And like, yeah, they're into gaming and everything, so I think it will. I think this is a perfect BO for you. But
not to get off
girl,
track,
listen.
but
I
sorry.
know. Let me just stay off track because that'll be a whole ass another discussion. But I was saying, if we would definitely like to like do other reviews on first volumes again, like give you a little insight on first volumes. So if there's anybody that's watching this and you think of one that's about to come out or has come out, and you want us to maybe pick it up and do like a little review on it, let us know.
We could make this like a we read manga so you don't have to. Like, you
Dude,
ever
yeah,
see
that's
people
me.
who do videos like that? Like, we watch this so you don't have to.
Watch it. No, I'm just joking. Like that makes me want to watch it. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole purpose is to kind of supposed to make like people get into it, but they lead with that like we played this game so you don't have to.
you're
Or
right. I love it. Let us do the heavy work, the heavy lifting, okay? And you guys just come and hang out with us. But yeah, we appreciate anybody that comes and watches us and supports us.
yes, I
Yeah,
swear I'm not gonna be as awkward.
you know.
I'll try to
And
get
if she
better.
is, oh well. If she is, oh well. You better not come for her, okay? Like, look,
All
I'm
right.
like your like, and like, dude, when I be hanging out with like Carrie and Inja, like they're so deep, and I'm just like, just full of cuss words. That's all I bring to the table. Like,
I'm just like, I swear I have thoughts in my brain.
no, I know being on live and stuff like that, it could be nerve wracking. So you're doing great. You're absolutely great.
All
So
right.
if anybody else thinks differently, what did my Jennifer used to say? You could fuck off into the sun. So yeah. On that note, we will be back. We
All
have our
right.
Claymore for, at the end of this month. Right, we said we are
Yeah.
going to break down a couple more chapters of that, and yeah, I mean, this is just a start. Like we're just trying to figure out, get our footing, and see what we have time for. We are both mommies. We both work full time jobs. We both work stupid hours, So
Mm,
any time that I get to spend with my Kelly, like I'm happy about. So we'll
yes.
see. But
I've
yeah,
been loving it. So,
I am too.
yeah.
I'm so excited, and getting to read more, being accountable. Held accountable for actually reading the shit that I buy. And talking about it.
Yeah.
It's been great. So I've been. It's like been the highlight of my year so far. So definitely gets me out of my head. And out of
For
things that are
sure. For
around us that we
sure.
can't control. So and it gives you something to look forward to. So yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. Yeah. We appreciate you guys and we love you. And we will see you next time, right?
All right. Bye.
Bye.